Hey guys, I think it's pretty safe to say that when it comes to Mirage, there is no middle ground. You either love the guy or you hate him. And considering the pick rate, you more likely hate him than love him. There is an amazing quote from The Art of War. All warfare is based on deception, and deception is what this guy is all about. He is similar to Caustic in the fact that he's sort of a one-trick pony. Both his ultimate and his tactical are based around the generation of holographic copies of yourself. Since his rework, his passive has evolved into something quite interesting. If you have the balls to pull it off, it allows for some pretty crazy plays when one of your teammates is knocked out. I feel that every other legend has some aspect of brute force and environment interaction in their skills. When it comes to Mirage, you're just playing with people's minds. So if you want to be successful with him, you need to be asking questions constantly. What are my opponents thinking? What are they trying to achieve? How can I bring some chaos into their plans? Let's have a look at his tactical. Psych out. When you activate it, you create a hologram copy of Mirage. It will continue walking, it will continue moving in a straight line, according to whatever the hell you were doing. If you were walking, running or crouching, it would do the same. And if you use it in mid-air, it will have the same velocity as you did. It doesn't have the ability to climb walls or ride zip lines. It's also prone to getting stuck in stairs and small rocks. The hologram will disappear when it takes some damage, and an icon will appear indicating where the enemy is that damaged it. This icon appears for the whole squad and also indicates distance. Mirage will shout out "you got bamboozled" every time a hologram is damaged and disappears. If it's not damaged, the hologram will disappear in 60 seconds or when you deploy a second decoy. You can activate your tactical twice while you're skydiving from the dropship or even when you do it from a jump tower. If you are with your squad information in the beginning, it will actually send out a full squad of decoys. The decoy can be controlled. By default, the key to do it is H. The decoy will vanish when taking damage from pretty much any source. Other than gunshots, this includes grenades, Watson's traps, Caustic traps, Rolling Thunder, and pretty much every other ability that does damage. You can use the decoys in a bunch of ways. You can have them stand in front of a death box, or you can have them stand in front of a window with their gun out. If you get separated from your team and suddenly start getting shot at, you should deploy a decoy instantly. Most of the time this wouldn't really bamboozle the opponents, but usually it will catch some stray fire, and this will indicate to you and your team where the shots are coming from. You can use this to find out the location of a Caustic or Watson by running the decoy into one of their traps. As you climb ranks, or if you're in tougher lobbies, one of the most advanced uses of the decoy is to actually pretend to be a decoy. While the decoys aren't able to block a door, you can still position them in front of one. Many players won't really check if it's a decoy or a real player. Psych out is one of the hardest abilities to master in Apex Legends. Since Season 5, you can control the decoy, and this definitely adds some depth to it, but it also adds some challenges. It's pretty hard to control a mirror copy of yourself without getting their point of view. One of the ways you can use it is you can send it a few steps ahead of you, and then you can take control. This allows you to check corners, this allows you to check windows, and do all sorts of small tactical plays. Decoys are great for teasing out snipers in a large open field. Feel free to spam it a lot. This ability has one of the lowest cooldowns in Apex Legends. Life of the Party. In Season 5, Mirage got a new ultimate. Life of the Party is pretty crazy. When you activate it, you summon 5 hologram copies of yourself. They will mirror your every move. You also turn invisible for like half a second. I've found 2 primary uses for this ability, one offensive and one defensive. If you want to escape using Life of the Party, you need to create some distance between you and the enemies, or at least hide behind some rock or some small cover. Then just activate it and run as fast as you can to some safe place. You can even combine it with Psych Out. What's more interesting to me is the offensive use. I've played with Mirage quite a bit, and still I don't think I've mastered it. However, I've already gotten some pretty amazing plays with shotguns and SMGs. The best way to activate it is just around the corner from the enemy, or by crouching behind a small rock and then just rushing into the enemy. When I do it, I usually do it on the exterior of a small building, or if we are inside a bigger room, I would hide behind some crates. This allows you to start shooting at your opponent before they start shooting at you. If you are reasonably accurate, this will allow you to win a duel, and it will also open the door to winning some amazing 1v3s. Let's talk about the passive. Now you see me. Whenever you get downed, you turn invisible for 5 seconds and you have the ability to crawl away. In addition, you create a decoy that falls in your place. This isn't fooling anyone past a certain point, as most people expect that the actual Mirage is invisible, so you know. The more useful aspect of it are the other two situations that allow you to get invisibility. You get invisible when you're reviving a teammate. It will make both you and the teammate invisible. They nerfed it a bit, so if the enemies are pretty close by, they will actually see the lights on your shoulders and arms, but it's still pretty good in most situations, especially when it's a complicated fight with many teams. You also get to be invisible whenever you activate a respawn beacon. This makes you one of the better revivers in the game. And while we might get a few seconds of safety, your teammates aren't going to be invisible where they're dropping down from the ship, so you know, be safe, pick a good beacon. If you activate your knockdown shield while you're invisible, you lose the invisibility, so I wouldn't recommend it in most situations. Weapons. I think it's extremely important to have some great short-range weapons with you whenever you play Mirage. Last season, I had a lot of fun with the Mastiff and the Prowler SMG. The Select Fire is a wonderful attachment, but that gun is amazing even without it. I think that the Volt SMG is a wonderful addition to your arsenal for this season. I love combining this with a sniper. The triple take is just amazing. With the changes they made this season, it's a precision sniper, a sloppy support gun, and a shotgun all rolled into one. I love it. I also like the longbow, especially if you manage to get your hands on a scope piercer. But it is a lot less versatile and more skill intensive. How to play Mirage. There is an extremely interesting contradiction in the center of the right mindset for winning with Mirage. On the one side, you have to have extreme patience. You have to wait for the exact moment when you can use your abilities to their full potential. And once this moment comes, you need to be extremely aggressive. You shouldn't let your opponents rest until you've downed at least one or two of them. Life of the Party gives you a personal hologram army to attack with. Make sure to take full advantage of that. I really love playing Mirage. If you give him the proper amount of time and practice, I'm sure you will too. Happy bamboozling, friends, and see you in the next video.